So today we have us with Dr. Supriya Joshi ma'am. She is an alumni of our Sancheti College of Physiotherapy from batch 2000. She is a sports physiotherapist and ergonomist and a director of Cura Physiotherapy Clinic. She is also awarded with an India Prime Icon Award 2022 recently for her entrepreneur journey so far. She has also worked as a lecturer to international personal training courses from ACE, that is American Council on Exercises, and ACSM from BYF. She has also been an faculties to various CMEs to her knowledge in the physiotherapy. Her knowledge and expertise in the senior fitness brought her to the prestigious position of Secretary of Geriatric Society of India. So today she will talk on being a physiopreneur. Over to you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much, Vedant. I would just like to share one short story, and it's very close to my heart, and it's about the story is from year 2021. So exactly about 2 years back, by 30th March 2021, I received a call from a lady, and she wanted to take my appointment for her son. Her son Ishan, and Ishan was that time 11 years old, and she said that her son, Ishan, is actually paraplegic, but he is a national swimmer and he wanted to, enter into a qualifier, which was just 20 days away from that. That is by 20th April, he had a competition. Now, what had happened is, as you know, that, in COVID times, right from March 2020 to March 2021, all the swimming pools were closed, right? And so he was completely out of practice. He was not able to do a single session during that time. And because of that, he was, of course, into detraining. And as you know, his muscles were not so flexible. He had lost tone. And the challenge was that he wanted to improve onto his lap timing by 30 seconds. Now imagine, like, those of you who might be swimming or who've been, closely related to swimmers, you would realize that reducing lap time by 30 seconds is a huge deal. It's a big deal, right? Uh, but we took up that challenge. Ishan was like following everything to the T. He was doing all the exercises which we had given. We were working very closely with his swimming coach. And in 20 days' time, which is really, if you see our theory and our books, which is not possible, right from detraining to, to a competition, he really, improved his timing. Not only that, he also received 3 gold medals. Now, this is a very, warm story, success story, which, I very proudly share with everyone. For those who feel that, probably 1 month lagega, 3 month lagega, we say that, if a person really wants to, do something and puts his heart and soul into it, can do it. But more importantly, why I would like to share this story with all of you today is this is not just a story of motivation, right? It is also a story of a movement science. And that movement science is physiotherapy, right? And I'm really proud to be a physiotherapist, and I've been working in this field now for past 18 years. As he said that, I'm a Sancheti pass out and I completed my bachelor's in 2004. So basically I finished my internship in early 2005. And from then, typically for now, last 17 years, I've been practicing independently in this field. I have established brand Cura. Cura Physiotherapy Clinic is my brand. And we have 4 branches and 2 satellite OPDs so far. And, we have connected with more than 10,000 patients so far with my team. As you know, like we Indians, we are very bad in giving positive reviews, I feel, because generally, agar kuch negative hai, very quickly we would respond. But for in terms of that, we are very blessed to have more than 1,000 plus positive reviews online and offline. Which I feel is a great success because, generally patients do tell us on the OPD basis that we did well and we have got, made a difference in their life. But, for patients to take out their time and to, to pen it down, to pen down their experience, it I think is a great effort. Uh, last year, 22-23, I received a prestigious award of India Prime Icon Awards, and this was basically for my entrepreneurial journey. Because being a physiotherapist and being a physiopreneur, these two are completely different games. So I'm very glad that my colleague Sanjeti and of course Prajakta ma'am has taken initiative to share my experience with all of you. So, you can learn from the mistakes which we made while we were growing as an entrepreneur, and also to give you a few highlights about what all additional skills you may require apart from physiotherapy, so that, the journey would be more rewarding and it would be less stressful. So, I would just like to give you just few timelines about how the journey started, and how we I evolved as a person and how we evolved as a team. So, it would give you a better insight. So, like I mentioned that typically in 2005, early 2005, I finished my internship, and that was the time, we were actually there were very less physiotherapists, frankly speaking. In fact, the awareness about the physiotherapy only was not so much. But yes, I did not take admission for physiotherapy because I didn't get admission for MBBS. I was definitely in love with biomechanics because I had read about physiotherapy earlier. And, frankly speaking, in 97, we had a cricket World Cup between India and Sri Lanka. And that was a time when, probably that concept of physiotherapy was first introduced in my life. So I definitely chose this career. And then after 2005, I started working. I was working with Dr. Shintri, who was HOD of Sassoon Hospital in orthopedics. And I was working in his OPD. And, he was a great mentor to me because he taught me many basics of orthopedics, of course, and of course, the communication skills and the entrepreneurial skills. He has a huge role in that. And after typically working for about 6 months, I joined Sahyadri Hospitals in Deccan. And then I was having two principal responsibilities. I was taking care of ICU and HDO, and I was taking care of orthopedic department as well. So, when I was working in this varied field, I realized that, ortho and musculoskeletal is my first love, and, I really want to continue with that. So typically in 2007, I founded this Cura Physiotherapy as a brand. And I started off with a small setup in Kothur. And from there on, I mean, it's still going on. And, we just completed in this February 17 years for our brand. So from 2007 to 2012, I was, of course, working in the OPD basis, like in OPD. And plus, I was doing lot many home visits. But when you run a clinic, when you set up a clinic, it's just not just the initial investment, but there are lot many running expenses which keep happening, right? So to cater to that, I had to do many visits, and that's how I was managing all the finances in the initial phase. My parents, of course, were supportive, and they were telling me that they would give support financially as and when required. But and then I was like, no, see, if I have chosen this path, okay, to whatever battles are there, I mean, I'll definitely take your help if needed, but they are like my battles. I will take care of that. And that's how we, I was working for almost, I remember I used to have my first home visit at 7 o'clock in the morning at Ziangad Road. Then from there, I used to come down to clinic 10 to 1:30 clinic, then again visit, and then again 5 to 9 clinic. So, initial 3 to 4 years I did or something like this, which was crazy. But, that gave me a lot of confidence about my abilities, that how much work I can put in, because in the initial phase, as you know, that like, it's not like if you start up a clinic and then the patients are going to start coming from the next day, right? There is a latent time, and that's a reality, and we have to accept that. So, unfortunately, we've seen like many clinics are closed in first 3 years. And that is because they fail to understand that, the patience and the hard work is really important in the initial phase. You would might feel that, where you're going and whether what you're doing is right or wrong. But it is just keeping the faith and keeping the hope that this would, work. So typically in, 3 to 4 years time, things were good. things were getting settled. And that was the time when I got married. But I also told my husband that I do not want to leave Pune now, because considering that I have put in 4 years, I would like to continue and grow my clinic. To which she also agreed. And I started, expanding into more branches, and we did more collaborations. Somewhere around 2012, I realized, that was already about 6 years into my practice. I realized that, uh, I am, of course, treating patients, they are getting benefit. But then the thing is that they are coming back with the same kind of problems again. Like, to give you an example, like if a neck pain, if the patient is suffering from a neck pain, you treat the patient, you give them exercises, you do everything, but the patient keeps coming back after 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 1 year with the same problem, right? So that time, I was reading about all preventive medicine, and then when I was introduced to ergonomics, the term ergonomics, so I realized that, the root cause is actually the way they are carrying themselves, and the main problem is in the work posture. Because majority of us, we spend like maximum more than 75% of our day's time into work or work related activities. So unless we make a work environment safe, the patients will keep coming back to us with the same problem. And ultimately, that is going to affect my success rate, right? So I did a course onto, it was a residential course. I did it from Bangalore, wherein I learned all the basics of ergonomics, and also did advanced ergonomics in terms of corporate wellness. And so in 2000, from 2012, I entered into this new vertical, which is corporate wellness and ergonomics. I've been taking trainings on that for various organizations for this. And of course, like, this is an additional thing which we do for the patients who come to our clinic as well, because we don't just treat the patients in, but we go to the exact root problem. We ask them to send photographs of their workstations. We understand what, their overall work shifts are, their mental stresses. So it gives a whole holistic approach to the treatment. And that has definitely helped us gaining, so many positive feedbacks, because then the patients feel that they are cared about, and they actually see the results, rather than just going from point A of pain relief to point B of pain relief. And that, I feel, is a major part which definitely helps us. And of course, in all these years, I've made sure that, apart from physiotherapy, I've been always learning something new. So I am also a certified dietitian. I'm a certified yoga teacher. Then I also did courses onto psychological counseling, REBT I have done. So, what that has done is, at least if I'm not practicing in those areas, I know when I have to refer my patients to those specific specialities. Because, as you know, I mean, we always say, right, in enact practicals, that, that your eyes can only see if your brain knows, right? So you would only know that you have to give this certain reference to this certain specialty if you know that this particular case is not under your domain. The patient probably needs some expert's advice. So which is why it's always better to learn from the other fields, and so, to have that complete platter on, on your plate, that really helps. And of course, in continuous learning, like in 2004, like, I mean, there was no dry needling, there was no matrix, there was no taping, there was nothing, if you talk about only ortho, because I mean, I've been working in ortho and sports only for all these years. So yeah, of course, I mean, this is not there. But we made sure that we, kept introducing these new techniques. And you know what I did, that whenever I learn any new technique, for almost first 3 months, we keep it absolutely free for our patients. What we do is, we tell them that, see, all your like regular conventional things are going on, but we would just, would like to add this service or add this facility to your treatment package, if you're fine with that. And we will see the results if it gets better. If it doesn't, if you're not comfortable, that's perfectly fine. And that has given us confidence to keep on adding so many new modalities or treatments to our centers, because otherwise it would have been just, old conventional treatment, right? Like, I come from a batch wherein we have actually used IR and UBR. Probably you might have just, read that in Low and Reed or Clayton's. पर हमने वो दिया है, we have, given goggles to the patients, we were wearing goggles और IR दिया है. तो अभी जैसे these modalities are completely outdated. Paraffin wax bath, hydrocollator bath. So these were our routine techniques, right? From there to shift to all the instrument assisted mobilizations and matrix and also it's a huge a difference or the change, and which was welcome because it has definitely drastically reduced the treatment time for the patients, right? So I'm definitely happy with this progress. So 2018, we started with our Bowden branch. It's about 5.5, 6 years. And then typically 1.5 year back, we started with our Wakat branch. And like I said, that we also have collaborations with various sports clubs when we are having satellite OPDs. So basically, if you see my overall journey, it's not like I did not just keep, working in one clinic, but then I thought of establishing more clinics. In fact, my goal is by next 5 years, I want to expand into various parts of Pune and have 5 more branches. Right now, we are just located into Pune West area, but we also have expansion plan for Pune East and North. So basically, that is how the journey evolved. But apart from the clinics, we also entered into corporate wellness, and that's one vertical which is really balancing out with what we are doing. And that is these two things are complementary. I mean, it's not like I cannot if people ask me that you like physiotherapy more or wellness more, I mean, we cannot really separate it, right? Because if you talk about wellness and if you talk about the holistic approach, it's more of preventive or it's more of sustainable approach rather than just relieving pain and getting the performance, right? So I feel it's the combination of everything that is going to help you more, and which is why I feel that I can share a few insights about how this journey goes, how the businesses are built with all of you, because I have seen that. That's my first hand experience. So I've gone through ups and I've gone through lows. तो वो पता है कि what problems as an entrepreneur we face, because entrepreneurship comes with it comes with a glory. People feel कि हाँ ठीक है, कोई boss नहीं है, you don't have, you're not answerable, you can do whatever you want. It's not that. I always tell all the my new staff कि जब when you are running a clinic, like I am running a clinic, I do have a boss which is me, and who is stricter. I do not give myself leave. I cannot, because the first priority should always be a business or should always be your clinic. If you're doing, if you say that, probably for 2 hours I'll start with the clinic, or 3 hours I'll start with the clinic, or I have too many responsibilities, इसमें 2-4 patient कर लो. So frankly speaking, it's good because you're keeping a touch with your profession, but then you're not really doing that as a business or entrepreneurship. It's a pastime. ठीक है, you might get some money out of it, पर उसका scaling नहीं हो पाएगा. Scaling के लिए you have to have a lot of dedication and hard work in the initial phase. Later on, like typically they say that entrepreneurship gets established somewhere in around 7 years time. So if in 7 years time, if it's working for you, best, okay, otherwise probably you or that profession is not made for you. So you have to find out ways how you can still navigate through that, and that's the most important core area. Because see, right now what happens is in college, everyone is doing what the others are doing, right? Because it's all peer pressure, or I would say limited exposure. But once you're out and open, once you are you start practicing, you realize there are so many different verticals and avenues which open only in the physiotherapy than just treating patients. And it's always better to have that out of box thinking, that creative thinking, which will set us apart. That's, I think, the most crucial part. Now, firstly, I would just like to highlight how the positive points are into entrepreneurship, and then I would also like to highlight onto the negative parts, because, like I said, that it's not just a cakewalk. बहुत easy नहीं है, पर उसके advantages ये है. सबसे पहला advantage I feel that is you can be creative in your thinking. You don't have to really follow any strict protocols. If you feel that this is to be done, you can do it, unless and until you are very sure and you know that you're going to make improvement in the patient's case. So definitely that's going to be really helpful. That because creative freedom जो है, I feel that everyone, we need it at some point, right? It's difficult to keep giving prescription based exercises or prescription based treatments. वो difficult है. अगर आप prescription create कर पा रहे हो, if you really are knowledgeable, if you've scaled yourself to that level wherein you can create your own prescriptions and you can own the protocols, so nothing like it. Okay, that is, I think, the ultimate work satisfaction which you can get as an entrepreneur. Flexibility in terms of two things, I would say that, basically in both the cases, even if you are working as a professional or if you are having your own setups, definitely the challenge now as you grow up, you'll realize is managing work life. Because you can do only one thing at a time. Okay, like people say that I'm a multitasker and all. We say that that's not possible. It's like, you're just paying attention to one thing at a time and you're neglecting the other for maybe some time, but it's not possible to do two things or three things at one moment. The work life balance becomes most important at a crucial point once you reach that stage in life. And I think, you all should start preparing your mind for that, because that becomes sometimes the most important goal. The opportunities for growth for entrepreneurs are very high. Okay, because you're not really stuck in say politics, or you're not really stuck in the hierarchy, because it's all skill based, right? If you're doing good, you're doing good. Okay, it's not like, it doesn't matter that how many years you're spending into that profession or that particular field. Like, when I am saying that I'm working for 18 years, I do have stuff like, for example, into women health. She is working for now past 3 years into women health. Okay, but then the thing is that I do not have any experience into that field. So she's the master. She's handling that part, right? So it is always better to understand that, the opportunity growth in entrepreneurship is very high, and that we cannot get in a structured scenario. Financial rewards, of course, they are going to be, I think, the most lucrative point for many of you, because you're not paid according to the number of hours you are spending, but is basically the quality of work and the results which you are getting. See, it's a college platform, but I would really like to highlight on to one very important point. See, the knowledge is important, the base knowledge is important. Uske bina you cannot grow further. Okay, but when you are in business, rather than just your base knowledge, it is important to know that what difference and what results you are getting for your clients. Okay, so you may be knowing different 100 techniques to mobilize a joint. Okay, but if your colleague or a classmate knows that, one certain technique, okay, only one technique which is going to be helpful for that patient, then that is more important, or that is a skill as an entrepreneur should be highlighted, rather than knowing too many things. Because in college we have that tendency, na, even I used to do that, kuch option bhi nahi dalna hai, ye karna hai. I used to read everything. Then I realized that, probably when you are even learning, see to it that which all cases you see more. Okay, your clinics are the most important sources, and those are the sources of learning wherein you'll understand that, these are the types of patients you'll keep repeatedly seeing. Okay, and if you explore, if you have more knowledge or techniques into it, then that is going to give you better idea or better edge, rather than reading or studying everything which is probably, so we in college, like, you say, oh, this is a very rare case, perfect. Okay, and I have also done that rare case, so I would go back, read textbooks, reference books, everything. But when you see that in a business side, तो जो rare case है, उसका तो ओवरऑल आपका टाइम कंजम्पशन बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा है ना, बिकॉज you would see more common cases. So if you see common cases and have a creative approach for each case, right? So that's a completely different type of thinking which is required here, right? So that is going to be really helpful. The impact which an entrepreneur brings onto a society, or the influence which we have, is tremendous. Okay, because people know you by your name, okay, and people know you that you have made difference, so you're kind of a celebrity. And it's very nice that when I go out for movies and all that, people come down and they acknowledge that, I had visited your clinic, and because of you only I'm able to watch this movie. Abhi neck pain nahi hai, ye nahi hai. So it's fantastic. It's an impact which we can bring, and people know you by your name, which is fascinating. Because your work is valued, you are respected for what you have done in their life. Personal fulfillment is of course amazing, because the sense of fulfillment क्यों आएगा? Because there's work satisfaction, right? Because you are directly making a change, and you are working on your own terms, right? So it's not like you're following something, or some structured agenda or protocol, and then you're getting the results. And which is why whatever creative exercises or protocols you have made is your property, right? So